that brings us together to innovate change. It's transformational entrepreneurs. It's ways of educating ourselves and sharing our resources so that we together as a humanity of women can move and uplift our own success. I call it redesigning our success, or I also call it redefining it as feminine success, so that we're really living those values that matter the most to us. And that's what Amazing Women's Day is all about. Now, what's happening on Saturday, April 16th, at Amazing Women's Day that's being held at the Ritz-Carlton is we're bringing together an incredible community of women. We'll be sharing part of the day. We'll be celebrating and sharing stories, and we'll be celebrating women from Toronto who are inspiration. We'll also be hearing from dynamic mentors that offer all different types of resources and educational expertise, so that we as individually and with our careers and with what we're bringing forth in the world, how can we learn more so that we can continually expand, make a contribution.
You know, Marsh, when I see what's going on out there in the world, like whether it's the bombing of Libya or, you know, a lot of this stuff, right? The way the governments make decisions, right? I mean, that's really coming from a male-dominated culture, right? And a lot of the institutions were put together by males predominantly, with more of that male
perspective, psyche.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. It sounds like what you're trying to do is bring out the feminine side, or the female equivalent to that, and and correct me if I'm wrong, but in part as a solution to what's gone wrong with the male-dominated thing, right?
Well, I believe that, I'll take us back to Amazing Woman, What's Your Story? I believe that we've gotten caught in telling a story about the only way that a solution can be reached. So we as women, because we're naturally innovative, we're naturally creative, we're naturally intuitive, we can begin to bring forth new ways, but we first have to be willing to own those powers ourselves. So that we as individual women, when we come to Amazing Women's Days, that's what we reflect to one another. And then before we know it, we're standing taller and truer in those powers. So the answer is yes, and we begin it with ourselves individually. So that when I go to an Amazing Women's Day, I walk away knowing myself at a deeper level. I understand myself more. I also see a higher sense of purpose, and I also see a deeper level of value within the contribution that I'm making. And it begins with me. So I don't have to, yet I run a movement that's global, but we don't have to have a movement. We can run, each of us individually has something major that we can make a contribution in, even if it's just in our own family or with just ourselves. Making a shift. So because we're all so interconnected, I believe that right now each shift that we make individually affects a greater whole.
I had one last question, because I know we have to wrap up, but in your opinion, why is it though that sometimes you don't see women coming together and helping each other out? Is that their way of being trained to sort of fit into the male world, or a way that we've taught each other to be inherently competitive?
Well, I think that it's not always been easy for women to be successful in the world. I believe that we could go back to, the different phases of the women's movement, and we could go, that's another story in itself or another show, but the different phases of the movement and where we found ourselves. We found the right to vote. We found the right to hold jobs in the workplace that were traditionally held by men. We found the right to be spiritual and intuitive. So that each of these waves of movements have brought us into deeper clarity about what our real strengths are. But we have to catch up emotionally with that, so that we do not have to see that it's no longer, it does not have to be a struggle, but we have to remind ourselves that it doesn't have to be a struggle. Though I truly believe those days are over, but sometimes we get caught in an old story that says that it might be hard, or that there might be lack, or we might even have tinges of jealousy because we're not truly seeing ourselves for the strength and the power that we bring forth in the world. So I believe that it's really about shifting the way we tell the story about our own possibilities. And when we begin to do that, then the sense of jealousy or the sense of lack and the sense of maybe being a little shy about being in community and sharing our resources, that will all disappear.
So, now it's time for my last question.
Yes.
So you're coming from LA.
Yes.
I I just want to get a sense, because how are things down there with the economy? You hear the horror stories about California, but also, with the whole U.S. government right now, the economy, and what you're talking about is bringing a whole new approach, really. Now,
It's a new paradigm towards
yeah,
success.
a new paradigm.
Yes.
Yeah. How is it catching on, or what is
Well,
it going to take?
the community in which I'm part of, and the communities in as a whole, LA is very, very, very active in a movement to uplift our humanity, and that's the fact. I believe there's a grassroots movement that's happening everywhere, but in Los Angeles, what I witness is that we really are coming together as community. We really are looking for positive solutions and how we can put those forth in the world. We really are taking inspired action. I see it to be that we're making major shifts, and that the shift is well underway, and that each of us together can make a huge difference.
And how do you see that shift balancing and joining up with men?
I believe the shift is already with men. I don't think that we have to. I think that if we were to talk about the fourth wave of the women's movement and the shift that I see being a feminine spiritual movement, I believe that we already are with men. This isn't about women, it's about the feminine. It's about embracing creativity. It's about embracing innovation. It's about celebrating the men. I mean, you'll love that in Los Angeles, a third of the room that attends Amazing Women's Day are men.
That's great.
Because they're celebrating our possibilities for all of us and making huge contributions, and we love our men, and we love the support that they provide to us, and they celebrate us.
Okay. Well, because we have the giveaway, and we'd like you to mention the website or wherever you want them to go to get these tickets, ladies. A ticket to Amazing Women's Day, $197 plus HST. First caller in is going to get this, and it's amazing. So
yes,
how do
I
they
would
find it?
love to give a ticket to one of your viewers. It's Amazing Women's Day is this Saturday. It's April 16th. It's at the Ritz-Carlton. It begins early registration 8:30. We'll go until about 5 o'clock or so. It's going to be an action-packed day. You're going to have the time of your life. Connect with some of the most incredible women that you've ever met, not only from Canada, but also a lot of women flying in from the U.S. to join us as well.
And some
so
really great
incredible time.
speakers.
Great speakers, great mentors, great food, great music, great everything. It's just
I know,
an
a
incredible
buffet
time.
lunch, gourmet buffet lunch.
Yes, it is at the
included.
Ritz-Carlton, which is brand new. So.
And it's all included.
It's
in this
all
great
included in
giveaway.
this great giveaway. Plus, can I hold up my book?
Yes.
Yes.
Plus the book too,
Plus
$24.95.
the brand new book, Amazing Woman, What's Your Story? And I'd love to give this to one of your viewers. And how about if they just email me directly? Would that be okay?
And
Yep.
we'll give the number too if they want to call in. But your email, go ahead.
Whoever the winner.
Yes, we'll give
How do
the
you want me
number
to-
now, and if you'd like them to email you to
We'll
get the
them to
ticket.
email you.
Okay, fantastic. That sounds fantastic.
So go
Okay.
ahead, give your email.
Well,
Do the drawing.
no, we're
They'll
going to do
call,
that. They're
and
going
then
to
they'll
call
get-
in, and then we're going to give
So-
Marsh's
sorry,
email address.
the number is 416.
204-9723.
And the lucky lady's going to
Now,
a great event.
And
Yes.
just one last question, because when you were talking about the book, Marsh, the idea, I know it's for women, but it's almost as if everybody, of course, has a story. It's almost like, can guys benefit from reading the
That
book?
you could, absolutely, but I'm going to do a companion book that's designed specifically for you.
Oh, okay.
So that for men, they can embrace it, because your creative style is a little bit different
That's
than
true.
than ours. But you're right, you have a dynamic story to tell, and everyone has the ability to celebrate that.
All right. Okay.
And your website again?
It's marshengle.com. Marsh Engle. My last name's spelled Engle.com.
And we got it up on the screen there.
Yes.
So is that the best website for the Amazing Women's Day as well?
Yes, if you go to marshengle.com, it's actually my portal site, so you'll be able to click on Amazing Women's Day right there, and it'll take you to our main site.
Okay.
Okay, so call in and get that ticket and the book, because it's going to be great. And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday, if not before. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making it here today, all the way from LA on a red eye flight to be here, and looking so amazing yourself. And you're amazing, and I know that Saturday's going to be amazing. I'm so glad to be a part of it.
Thank you. Loved being with you guys.
And you're going to be back here tomorrow, right?
I am. I'm
For-
coming
with,
back to
Extraordinary Women.
Yes.
And Wednesday with
Yes.
Wendy Ladd. So
Yes.
we'll see you again, Marsh.
Okay, fantastic.
And we've got this the video, or it's a commercial for Amazing Women's Day. We're going to run that now, and then we're going to come back in a couple of minutes with Joanna Gamboa.
And friends.
Zumba. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Gloria Steinem once said that the real definition of a movement is to coming together in a common vision to support one another. I never forgot those words. Hi, I'm Marsh Engle, and it's no secret, Amazing Women, there's a movement that's happening among us. It's a calling for us to step into our ultimate purpose, to live our greatest passions, and to share our talents. And that's exactly what's happening in Amazing Women's Day. Just like our sisters before us, we're trailblazing. We're innovating new business, we're coming together to create our own communities, and we're supporting one another in living our ultimate calling. Amazing Women's Day brings together the most dynamic transformational teachers, inspired leaders, and entrepreneurial coaches with one thing in mind: put into action a creative clarity so powerful there's nothing that can keep us from doing, being, giving, sharing, and creating whatever we envision in life. The fact is, our creative potential is much greater than we know. But to find our highest success in our relationships, in our career, in our business, and in our life, we must fully engage our creative nature and say yes to our ultimate calling. This is not about working harder. Those days of struggle are over. This is about discovering ways to share our resources, deepen our connection, and contribute our talents. Amazing Women's Day blends transformation, education, connection, networking, and celebration, including a step-by-step process to deepen your creative connection and embody its power in every aspect of your life. This is a proven program for creating conscious change. You will explore what may be blocking you or holding you back from living your greatest prosperity, as well as learn tools for vision building and tapping into your deeper intuition. Thousands of women have already experienced this extraordinary program. In fact, since 2001, the pioneering work of Amazing Women's Day has touched the lives of over 100,000 worldwide. I invite you to participate and take part, and don't miss this one-of-a-kind, extraordinary day of celebration. Envision the possibilities.